President Trump has put a 2-year limit on Section 8.
Like, people use Section 8 as just a clutch and just spend their money on whatever they want, get a little cheap rent.
Trump said the applications for Section 8 in housing has been put on a hold.
All y'all sitting around with them little minimum wage job paying $400-500 a month, 3, 4, 5-bedroom homes with 10, 11 kids. It's over. It's over. Section 8 is out of there.
Trump said stop being dependent and become independent.
Trump is not wrong for limited amount of years that you could be on Section 8. Let's be real. Some of these people been on Section 8 since I was a kid, and I'm 19 years old. You've been on Section 8 for 19 years. No, it's time for you to get off of Section 8 and get the fucking work. No shade.
So listen to what my man just said. He said he's 19 years old and he knows some people that's been on Section 8 since he was a kid. I mean, like that is since he was born, right? And he could be talking about family members because the reason why we know this sort of stuff is because it's very, very close to us. And he knows it because it's very, very close to him as well. And he's talking about it, right? And this probably resonates with many of you as well. Why do you think that some people who use government assistance like this end up on it for a very long time, like he's talking about? That's the question that I have for you guys in the chat, and we're going to talk about it, guys. He's talking about it right now. Let's let him finish it.
Like, people use Section 8 as just a clutch and just spend their money on whatever they want, get a little cheap rent, and then they stay on it. And then the younger girls, we having kids, and they can't really get no jobs, especially in a time like right now. It's like, girl, that's not fair. Look, no, I don't feel bad for none of them. Unless they disabled, unless some people, the only people I feel bad for is disabled or very elderly people that cannot work. But if you are in your 30s, 40s, and low-key your late 20s too, and you can work, like I'm talking about, you can go get you a career, I don't feel bad for you getting kicked off Section 8 because you've been on there for 10, 20 years.
I don't, tell me if you disagree with this, guys. You know, Ant Dog says, too big. And I'm not even going to say Ant Dog, but he says it's too young to be that zesty. But he digresses. Okay, I get what you mean. I get what you mean, Ant Dog. You know what? But let's. Ant Dog, you had to cut up already, man. You had to go and start cutting up already. All right, you know what I mean. But anyway, let's stay on the topic. Is he telling the truth? These people can get a career. These people can work. These people can go to school like you and I. These people can get certifications like you and I. These people can go get a degree. These people can get into the trades. These people can start course careers. These people can start level careers. These people can start a business. These people can get on YouTube. These people can get on TikTok. These people can do whatever it is that they want to do. Why aren't they doing it? And the question is also, should they be getting kicked off if they're not? He has an opinion that they should be getting kicked off because these people are capable individuals that should be getting kicked off. And I agree with the man. I may not agree with his lifestyle. I don't know what his lifestyle is, but, you know, I can judge a book by its cover right now. I may not agree with his lifestyle, but I would tell you like this. I agree with that message that just came out of his mouth. What about you guys? See, May says, speaking facts. Ant Dog says he's right. No lies. NC Realtor says she agrees. Billy Rose says, I remember being on welfare and how fast I wanted to get off. 21 years later, I could not see myself being on welfare again. He's been on it. All right. And there is a need for some people, but is it forever? And this man is saying right now, he doesn't think it's forever. He says, you know, for people who are handicapped, people who are old, people who are disabled, but if you are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you can work, capable, get hands moving, you can get up and walk, should be off of it. Let's move on to the next one.
No shade. In Georgia, to qualify for Section 8, I think it's $40,000. You can only make $40,000 a year for a 4-person household. So if a household with a mama, daddy, and 2 kids, they make $40K a year and they're on Section 8 paying $500 in rent. Mind you, $40,000 a year is around what, $3,000 some dollars a month. If you can't save at least $1,000 while you on Section 8, your ass don't deserve to be on there. Like, if you on there for 2 years, you can't save at least $10, $20, $30, $40,000 to, you know what I'm saying, restart your life and get your life back on track. Baby, you do not deserve to be on there. Because some of y'all get y'all cheap rent and then y'all gonna splurge y'all money on a whole bunch of other shit. And then the young mamas try to get on Section 8 and they can't because all these old motherfuckers making money and not trying to get off of it.
I thought he was done. I thought we was going to get into a whole another review. I thought he was done, but he brought up something even different, man. He said, Section 8, there's a requirement for it. Okay? There's a requirement for it. You have to make a certain amount of your income. $40,000 a year here in Georgia, he says. That's where he must be at. He must be in the capital, Atlanta. You know, you find boys like him in Atlanta a lot. Okay? And, you know, if you have a certain amount of kids, the government will pay a certain amount to allow for you to live in pretty nice conditions. As a landlord, I've rented to Section 8 individuals before. I got one that we're getting ready to move out right now, and we'll get into that story a little bit later. But what I've seen from my personal experience is that many of the people who are on Section 8, they have luxury items. I've gone into some of my houses that I've rented to Section 8 tenants, and I've seen big screen TVs. I'm talking about not 50 inches, guys. I'm talking about 70. I'm talking about 80-inch TVs on my walls. I've seen you go out front and you have Infinity QX80s, not the old ones, the new ones. The ones that's riding nice. The good looking QX80s. I've seen STSs, Cadillac STSs out in front of them. I've seen it all. So the question is, are these people really struggling? He's saying that they're not. This man got a very good point. Got a very good point. Let's continue on.
No shade. I don't feel bad.
President Trump has put a 2-year limit on Section 8 for all of those Section 8 voucher holders. Well, not exactly. He spoke about the 2-year limit, but it has not passed. He is right now working towards eliminating the fraud and other things that's going on within the HUD program to save that program some money. Now, there has been talks about this 2-year limit, but it has not yet passed through Congress. But I cannot say that I disagree with this 2-year limit on Section 8. Section 8 is supposed to be a stepping stone for families. But there are so many people that are on Section 8 that has been on Section 8 for a lifetime.
That's exactly what Billy Rowe just said just now. I'm glad that you put that in the chat, Mr. Rowe. He said, unfortunately, I know people in my family who have generationally been on Section 8. Same exact thing as this woman is saying. Same exact thing this woman is saying. Capable individuals. And we got them in our families. We have them in our families. How do we have them in our families? Because we're talking about it in the chat. These people are capable. Been on it generationally.
To the point to where other families don't have a chance to get that help, that assistance, and get ahead themselves. I don't think that's fair for people to stay on Section 8 for 18, 19 years and not give other families that's in need the opportunity to receive those sort of benefits. So I do not disagree with President Trump on this time limit.
She got some beautiful teeth, by the way. She got some really beautiful teeth. The nose rings and stuff like that. Cute. But I will tell you this, guys. She has a very good point. Another person that just says what a lot of people have been saying for a very long time. Get them off. Able-bodied individuals. Billy Rowe says, able-bodied individuals should be given a time limit. If you can work, at some point you have to live the lifestyle you can afford, especially after 2 years after assistance. Okay. I don't think there's very much disagreement. Anybody in the chat disagree with anything that's been said so far? Speak up.
Trump said the applications for Section 8 in housing has been put on a hold for the next 6 months because it's overloaded and bagged up with so many people trying to get benefits right now. And they're trying to figure out what the laws are. Now, I know a lot of people been waiting to be on Section 8, waiting to be on housing, vouchers. Some people even have vouchers in hand. So it's a sad situation for most. But I say to the people, man, I say, y'all, we got to go harder, man. Because the way the world turning, we don't know which way we gonna go next. And they changing laws left and right. And we don't have no say-so over none of this. So for all the women out here, man, and all the men out here trying to get Section 8 in housing, trying to be able to put...
Say finna take Section 8, y'all favorite line is, oh, the motherfuckers that don't have Section 8 just mad. We ain't mad. Y'all mad because they taking. Only reason we were ever mad is because you will sit on that Section 8 for 10 fucking generations. What the motherfucker only feel away because now they're finna take it away and all my years of living, I can't even get in there. So yeah, Grandma Lucinda gotta come up off of that. Sorry. And to make matters worse, did y'all know that if your mama had Section 8 and she passed away, it get passed down to her kids?
Hold on. I don't know anything about this. My question is, so you mentioned this too, Mr. Rowe. You mentioned it. You said, unfortunately, I know people in my family who have generationally been on Section 8. What are the laws here? Because she says something that is very interesting. She says that she knows people that, or in a scenario, it sounds like she's saying that if, let's just say there's a household that's on Section 8, your mom's on Section 8, right? And your kids that live in their house with her, and whether they're grown or not, if she passes away, Section 8 continues to pay for the house. Is that true? My understanding of Section 8 is that it renews every single year. Okay. And you have to go and get it, inspections and recertify and all this other stuff in order for you to get your payments. That's how it's always been with me in the state of Missouri. Okay. But is it something that if, a parent dies or something like that, the person that's on it, does it not stop at that point in time, or does it continue? It sounds to me that she's saying that it continues. How true is that? How true is that? Let me know. Maybe that's something I would, let me jump over to Perplexity real quick and ask that question, because I want to know this. I really do want to know if this is something that is legit, or is this something that she's just talking out of her butt? Because she is talking in all caps, like you said, my man. My man R3D says she's speaking in all caps, right? And she's cursing a lot. Okay, so let me just use this. My mother, who is on Section 8, passes away. Does it go to me as her dependent? Let me see. Let me just ask something like that to Perplexity and see what it says, because I want to know this. Okay, so this is what it says, guys. If your mother, who is the head of household on a Section 8, passes away, whether you, as her dependent, can remain in the unit or inherit, the voucher depends on several factors: your age, whether you already listed on the household member or as the household member, your eligibility under Section 8 rules, the policies of the local public housing authority. Key points: only existing household members may qualify for the transfer, so it can transfer to other people. Process upon the death of the head of a household. The death must be reported to the housing authority with a copy of the death certificate. PHA will conduct an interim recertification. If you are a minor dependent, PHAs often have policies that allow temporary adult guardian to move in and care for the minor under a court-appointed guardian. If you are an adult dependent. So, yeah, I mean, like, in some aspects of it, what she's saying is valid. It's valid, guys. Wow. That's NC Realtor, you're right. Each state has different rules. And Keisha says, if a family member is at least 18 and can be the new head of the household, then HAP contract can be transferred to you. You're absolutely right. That's what I just read. You know your stuff, Keisha. However, the children cannot inherit the Section 8 voucher. They would need to apply for Section 8 housing assistance themselves. Interesting. So she's right. Let her continue.
This ain't no fucking generational wealth around this. I honestly thought Section 8 was to help motherfuckers get on their feet. After about 3 to 5 years, you should be on your feet by now. Am I wrong? It's motherfuckers just growing up getting.
She said 3 to 5 years. I think what they're trying to do right now with the change is 2 years. I think 2 years is plenty enough, especially in an economy that we're in right now where, it's taking people quite a bit of time to land a job. I mean, like some people, it's taking them up to a year to find the right career move if they've been out of work for a long time. So 2 years is plenty enough time, in my opinion. I want to know yours,
They 18 and shit, don't even know where to start, gotta jump right into paying $1,500 worth of rent. And you 55, 40, all type of shit on Section 8, paying $100 on the rent and shit. No, my tired of it. So no, we're not mad. We just mad because we never been able to get the fucking assistance because y'all set up on it all fucking this time.
I want to talk about why is no one talking about statistics? When you look at all of the housing projects throughout New York, New Jersey, in low-income areas, Newark, wherever you're looking, right? Wherever you're looking, just say it with me. I don't know. I've never heard any elders in the project say they wanted to move out. I've never heard anybody in NYCHA say I want to move out. I have, however, heard people in NYCHA go finance a Mercedes, go finance a Maybach. It's the mentality is sick. And a lot of times in BLK families, I'm telling you the real, in minority families, you're coming of age, that's the best thing for your mother. Because BLK families are going to tell you, oh, well, you're 18 now, you can go get a voucher, they're going to give you an apartment, you can get some housing. And that conversation is more common than what college do you want to go to?
Boy, oh boy. She's saying that she hasn't heard anybody that lived in, the projects up in there in New York. Hardcore projects too. Anybody that's old, want to move. They want to stay right there. In the conversations that they're having with their youth, it's go and stay right here with us. Go and stay right here with us. You can get yourself a nice little apartment. Your rent is already paid. Right? You can get some government assistance. Have these babies, have these kids. You can go ahead and apply for a good, a nice Maybach. You can roll around town in a nice BMW thinking that you're still the age that you were in high school. Trying to look the same and speak the same as you were in high school. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Is this what you guys are hearing? This is what I'm hearing her say. Not only that, she's saying that these conversations are more prevalent in some of these low income and minority communities more than don't have kids out of wedlock, go to college, don't have unprotected sex, go to church. She's saying these conversations are happening more. I'm naive to this, but that's what she's saying. What's up, Brother Christian? Good to see you, man. I was just talking about you, brother. Glad that you came and visited us, you and Erica, my man. But this is what she's saying right now. Is this the reality of it? I'm so far removed from this sort of situation. I'm so far removed from it. But I want to know what you guys got to say about this. Is this the reality of it?
Food stamp conversation is more common. Medicaid conversation is more common than what college do you want to go to? Are you using birth control? Are you sexually active? I'm telling you, in these communities. And then you'll see a gang of young girls having babies. Like, I grew up in the suburbs. Nobody in my graduating class had a baby in high school outside of weird circumstances. You didn't go to school and you didn't see girls pregnant. In urban areas, they see that. Now, I don't know why you guys are okay with it, but I don't want my daughter at school with a 14-year-old pregnant bitch. And I understand.
She's saying, I want to remove myself and my daughter from all the hoopla, all the riffraff. She wants to remove herself from all the hoopla and riffraff. Isn't that protection? Isn't that protecting your community? Isn't that protecting your family? Isn't that protecting your livelihood? But they want you to move back. They want you to move back to the areas where and invest. She's saying that you can't do that because you still got old people that rather have conversations about food stamps, government assistance versus going to college, going to the trades, going to the military. That's what she's saying right now. Go talk to Antoine. Go talk to Elevate to the Unknown. Go watch this channel. You got people that are old that don't want to change, and they are putting that same sort of mentality in the people that are behind them. And that's why the cycle continues.
That happens, but it can be prevented. Because if you're hanging out with 5 friends and they're all broke, bitch, you're getting ready to be the 6th one. This cycle is so repetitive. It's repetitive because they don't know any better. The people are not educated. This is part of the post-traumatic slave syndrome, and I'm speaking from it because I lived it too. My family can tell you how to apply for every benefit known to man in the state. All BLK families can in low-income housing units. They don't give a because the housing authority is their baby father. NYCHA is their man. NYCHA is their plan. But nobody wants to talk about this. And then when you say something to these bitches, rather than them be receptive and say, you know what, I need to change something, because they're so ignorant and up and they see no way out, they just going to get on a platform and cuss you out. Cuss you out rather than go sit down with a notebook and write down some dreams like, hey, I don't have a driver's license.
So she's basically saying if you try to give people the game that are on New York City's housing authority and on Section 8 or whatever assistance that they're on, they try to curse you out. They don't want to hear it. Because in their mind, this sort of assistance is good and they should be on it and they're going to take advantage of it. And she's saying these people are capable as well. So we have to ask ourselves, right? You know, we're elevating, we're ladder climbers. What's really the problem? Is it the fact that we give too much? Because if you give people crumbs, they're going to be expecting crumbs and they're going to be satisfied with those crumbs. If you don't teach people how to fish, they're going to be coming to you for fish. If you continue to give them fish, they're going to be expecting a handout. So is this situation good with the changes that may be coming in place? Is this a good situation here? Maybe there's help with the workforce. You know, people are talking about all these manufacturing jobs that may come back to the United States, right? And how a lot of people don't want them. There's a reason why people don't want them. Because they don't need them. Because the government is giving them everything that they need. There's plenty enough people in this workforce and not in this workforce who are on government assistance that can work. Even if they're sitting down using a robot. In all these other countries, you got the older generation using robots. You think, look in places like Japan. They have these robotic arms that help older people lift heavy stuff. Put them around their back. Elon Musk is creating bots right now and robots to help with all sorts of things. This stuff is going to be available for the common man pretty soon, especially inside of manufacturing. So are these people capable of working? These people capable of building a career, going out there and doing it on their own? I think they are. Christian says, I hate to say it, but she is speaking the truth. There are plenty of BLK people in the old neighborhood in Birmingham that is still on this type of time. Wow.